Good morning. Today we are going to continue working on our watercolor flower project. So last time I did a demonstration to show you how to draw the flowers, and today we're going to Sharpie, erase our pencil lines, and then we are going to start painting them. I will talk a little bit about color when I do the demonstration, and then you will be able to start with the watercolors. I'll do my demonstration in just a second. So the last time that you were here, I had mentioned that I wanted these to be done with watercolor paints, but it seemed like a lot of people did not have watercolor paints. So I am going to do a demonstration to show you how to do it with watercolor paints, and then I'm also going to show you, or we're going to experiment a little bit with markers to see if we can make that work, because I think most of you have markers. So what you are going to start doing is Sharpieing, and I want you to use a thick Sharpie. Unless your petals are teeny tiny and really close together, then you can use the thin Sharpie. Now, I have the little veins in the leaves here that are really tiny lines, so I'm going to use the thin or the skinny Sharpie to do that. And then when you're done with that, you're going to erase all your pencil lines very nicely until they're all gone. And I'm kind of rushing with this stuff right now so that the video doesn't get too long. But it looks something like this. Now, if you have watercolor paint, you are going to use a watercolor technique called wet on wet, okay? And before we do that, we need to kind of have a plan. There are a few options. You can use the warm colors for your whole entire project, so red, orange, and yellow, or you can use the cool colors, green, blue, and purple. The other option is to go in rainbow order, so red to orange to yellow to green to blue to purple. You have to be careful with that to make sure that you're going in the correct order, because if you mix the wrong colors together, like purple and yellow, you're going to get a very kind of dirty looking color, which we just don't want for this project. So the reason it's called wet on wet is because you get water on your paintbrush and then paint water straight onto your project first before you put paint on, okay? So then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try that rainbow one. Remember, you need a puddle in your paint, and I am going to dab that red paint right on to that water. And I have to do this kind of quickly because if the water dries, it doesn't mix well. So now I'm gonna move right on to my orange, get a puddle, stir it in good, and then do the orange. So I'm not trying to fill the flowers in. I'm going right over them so that my paper all looks the same color. It's not like painting a flower one color and another flower a different color. It all is going to just kind of mix together, okay? Now, I filled up all of that water that I painted on, so now I'm just going to paint water again, and then I'll move on to my next color, which would be yellow. So I'll get my yellow, get a puddle, stir it in good, and start mixing it on the paper. And then I would move on and do my green, my blue, and my purple. I am not going to do that for the demonstration because I want to show you the other side with marker. So if you have markers that say they're washable markers, you should be in good shape. I have a box of markers that looks like this. I don't know if they're washable or not. It doesn't say washable on it, so this is totally an experiment for me. But what I'm gonna try doing, and again, like you would just do like one whole area yellow on your paper. I'm just doing one part of the flower because I really have no idea if this is going to work. I am going to marker. Sometimes art is just an experiment. And then I'm going to use my water to see, ooh, it's working. So I'm just going to kind of blot it on there, and you can see that it starts to move around. So that's just like pretty much like doing watercolor. So or watercolor paint. So if I wanted to do like I did over here, I would color my red. Just want to make sure you guys can see this in the video. I'd color red all the way down. Kind of as nicely as you can, but it doesn't have to be like a perfectly straight line. And then I would do my orange all the way down. And then I do my yellow all the way down. And then I'd start adding my water. Now I'm not really going easy on the water. I'm kind of really dabbing it on there so that it all smears and blends. Okay? That actually looks pretty cool. So, the experiment was a success. It looks like if you have washable markers, it'll work. And if you have a box of markers that does not tell you if it's washable, it seems to be working too. It's kind of a good little surprise. All right, for next time, I want you to finish painting. And when you're done painting, please take a picture of it and send it to me in an email. Let me know if you have any questions.